What's up, Kaz here. We've got a brand new event that just started, arguably one of the best in the game, where you get to choose an elemental Nat 4 to summon. And we're going to be talking about how to choose which Nat 4 you want to go for during this event. If you're seeing this after the event is over, we can also use this list to help prioritize which Nat 4s to go for with summoning stones. But before I get to the top 10 list, keep in mind, no one can tell you which Nat 4 you need to get during this event. The number one monster on this list might not be the best option for you where you're at in the game, and at the end of the video I'll kind of walk you through some of the factors to consider which monster is right for you. That said, I've taken several factors into consideration in putting together this top 10 list. Number one, overall usefulness of the monster, or how many areas of the game are they viable. 2, how often are they the strongest choice for the role. Number 3, how dependent are they on having other monsters in your monster box. Number 4, how useful are they when having multiples of these monsters. And number 5, I just want to let you know that I did not include any fusion monsters in this list. There are a lot of good ones on that list, but since those are all farmable, those are not going to be included for this event. So let's jump right in. Number 10 is a skill up or any missing monster. If you have all of the monsters you need, or have the ideal replacements in every area of this game, then go for the most useful skill up, or any monster you don't already have. Number 9 is Zhao Lin. With her skill 3, she does burst damage and has a built-in counter. First skill defense break, second skill speed break. She is ideal in Raid and Necro, and she can also get some use in Labyrinth. For example, I use her to burst down Kodos. However, damage dealers are a dime a dozen, and she can be easily replaced with other monsters. She's still worth building, but that's what's landing her at number 9 and not higher on this list. Number 8 is Hraesvelg. This monster is good or viable in a lot of areas, but in my opinion is never a best choice. He can be utilized in Giants, Necro, Raid, Rift Beasts, Labyrinth, and get some uses in Guild Battle and Siege. He has a skill 2 brand, a skill 3 attack buff and speed buff, and if you're just starting out, this is a fantastic monster. However, the further you get into the game, the more you're going to realize that there are other monsters that are way more useful for the same roles that he does. At number 7, we have Deltoids. Now, depending on where you're at in the game, another 2-turn immunity monster could be substituted here, like Draco. Now, I just feel that Deltoids is the most useful. Deltoids offers a cleanse and immunity and a heal on skill 3, a skill reset on skill 2, and a speed break on skill 1. This makes her ideal in Trials of Ascension and Lab. She also is a strong choice in Raid and RTA as well. At number 6, we have Skogul. Skogul is a meat shield that does massive damage based on his max HP. He is a solid choice for Raid, Arena, and gets a lot of good use in Guild Battle and Siege. Now, the reason he beats out Deltoids, even though she's useful in more areas of the game, is because there are multiple monsters that can do 2-turn immunity, but there's only one monster that does what Skogul does. And so because of this, he's going to grab the number 6 spot. At number 5, we have one of my favorite monsters to use, Hua. She offers a speed break skill 1, has an attack bar reduction with a built-in chance for multi-hits. She's a great choice for Giants, Dragons, and Raid. And she also has situational uses in TOA, Rift Beasts, Labyrinth, and in guild content. And while Lauren is arguably better at what Hua does, the damage that Hua does still can make her a better choice when it comes to building a team. At number 4, we have Ager. Ager is a monster with a very strong skill set. He offers a brand skill 2 and a strip in skill 3 that also does attack bar steal, which is basically just a free turn. He is a strong choice in Dragons, Rift Beasts, RTA, and in guild content. And he can also get some use in Giants, TOA, Raid, and Lab, though there are usually a lot better choices in those areas. Bottom line, he's extremely versatile and one of the best monsters in this game. Taking the number 3 spot are the Twins. The Twins can arguably excel in every area of the game. The problem is you need to build more than one of them to do it. For example, if you want to do dragons, you're going to want to build Sabrina and Talia. If you want to do Rift Beasts, you might opt for Melissa. If you want to do TOA or Lab, you might need to build Shayna or Maruna. Because the need to pull multiple twins is necessary to make it work, they only get the number 3 spot. Otherwise, they are absolutely amazing, and I would highly recommend building them. Taking the number 2 spot is Lucian, a Nat 5 in disguise. His skill 3 is an AoE ignore defense attack which wipes out just about everything he touches, and he offers a dungeon attack lead. Because of this, he is viable in every area of the game with the exception of Raid and Rift Beasts. Though there are definitely better choices for Dragons, Necro, and Lab, he is especially strong in GB10 speed teams and in speed clearing defenses in arena and in guild content. And this monster is one of the ones that it is really good to have multiples of, and because of that, he earns the number 2 spot. Taking the number 1 spot is the most versatile monster in this game, Galleon. This is one that should not come as a surprise to anyone who's been playing this game for any length of time. His skill 3 applies an AoE defense break without hitting, which means he can't miss from glancing, and he applies an attack buff. This means that he is built for speed clearing, and he does exceptionally well in Giants, Dragons, Arena, and in guild content. And because he's so versatile, this is one of the monsters that you can get the most use out of building multiples. I personally have 3 of them, one for dungeons, one to Cleave with Carrick and Tars, the link for that one is down below if you want to see them kick some butt, and one in a slow Cleave team with the Water Homunculus and a Mirror. Bottom line, this is one monster that you are going to want to get at some point in this game. And if you don't have another pressing need for a monster that you need, this is going to be the ideal one for you to get. So which one should you pick for the Nat 4 event or to use with summoning stones? Well, here's 4 guidelines on how to pick a monster to get. Number 1, what's your next step in progression? If you have a Giants auto team and your next step is to build a raid monster, maybe you're going to get Skogul. If your next step is to build something TOA, maybe you're going to get the twins or maybe you're going to get Deltoid. Just figure out what your next step is and pick your monster based on that. Number 2, what monster do you not have? So if you're already good on progression, the next thing you want to consider is what monster do you not have in your monster box. This is important because, as Comtuous has shown us over and over again, they can buff or nerf monsters at will. And you never know when a Nat 4 is going to be useful, so it's always a good thing to have one of each kind in your box. Number 3, what skill up is going to be most useful for you? So if you already have all the monsters and you are good on your progression, then what skill up is going to help you most? And then finally, number 4, don't pick something just because you saw an endgame player do it on YouTube. A lot of these players have rune quality that you and I could never touch, and so to try to copy something that they are doing, especially if you are early game, is not going to work. You're not going to be able to bust out a 30-second Giants team by using a team that an endgame player uses just because you get the monsters that they get. You need the rune quality as well. So try to figure out what is best for you and take that next step to help you become a better player. That is going to do it for today's video. If you found this helpful, I would appreciate it if you subscribe and smash that like button. That lets me know that I'm putting out content that you guys are enjoying. If you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like me to cover, drop it down in the comments below. And until next time, peace out.